our chief guest, that is Shri Sandesh Kadabam sir, on the stage with a great pride and honor. I request all of you to please put your hands together. Kadabam's Hospitals is a specialty center for psychiatric and neurology. It is an offshoot of the biggest psychosocial rehabilitation group in India, Kadabam's, which is a 400-bed center in the outskirts of Bengaluru. Thank you so much to all our dignitaries. I request all of you to please take your seats which is in front of the stage. Thank you once again.
On this occasion, and particularly we always remember whenever new strides are made in this university, time and again we go back and think the way it has started and the person who started this, and it's our Puja Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendraji. Today, though it's within the family, I make it a little more formal in inviting and of course welcoming our own beloved Guruji, Dr. H.R. Nagendra. As we know, he is the embodiment of knowledge on one side and of course simplicity on the other side, which is very much felt and observable. And it is Guruji's vision which has grown from a small research foundation. It was called as Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samsthana, stands for Research Foundation, started in 1986. And today, very proud to see the same tree growing quite big to become a deemed university. And a deemed university which targeted in the beginning of offering yoga-based higher education. And today we are opening a new chapter of bringing in such disciplines which probably require, not after doing an education program, but during the education program, lifestyle-based yoga program, and also some exposure to yoga-based education. That's why we are here at the launch of the School of Advanced Studies. Guruji has been a puristic researcher to begin with. So he has a PhD from Indian Institute of Science. He has served as a scientist at University of British Columbia, served at NASA in US, Harvard in US, Imperial College in London, and then Mother Bharat called him and he came back, served as a life worker at Vivekananda Kendra, Kanyakumari for 15 long years, and then took the cause of converting yoga into a socially relevant science, came and established this organization called Vivekananda Kendra, Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Samsthana. 2002 we became a deemed university. Let us give a big round of applause to the man who made it, man responsible for it, and I welcome you, Guruji. As already briefed,
children in the lowest step of evolution to the best of their transformation. Physical level, mental, emotional, intellectual level. We have to bring this, to bring in them the civic sense, patriotism, service and the spiritual just all had to be brought into education. That was the goal, and we worked in the school, Asian primary, middle school, high school for 20 years to build this dimension of yoga, to bring children from their all things like blossom flowers. Then came higher education programs that we started almost from 1990. We associated, we got affiliated to Bangalore University, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences to start this program at academic level, at the higher level. But we did just want to bring things from West, just copy it. We wanted to bring this special uniqueness of our country's grandeur of yoga. And that's what we did in the higher education, to build the syllabus, the entire system of education, and everything had to be brought using this. And we started and got the entire accreditation from creation. S-VYASA Yoganusandhan Samsthan became a university in 2002. It's almost 22 years of our journey has brought yoga to the highest levels. We started a number of yoga programs, UG and PG programs, BSc, MSc, PhD program, and more students are coming up. Now we have the whole campus, Prashanti program, which has blossomed. But then, recently, our AICD chairman, Sitaram, and many others have been telling, yoga should go to every dimension of not merely only the yoga education. It should go into our management, in the IT, the AI, and allied sciences. Everywhere yoga should go. Therefore, the Ministry of Education has brought yoga as a component subject even in the medical education, in the allopathic thing. Therefore, we thought that we should have a wonderful campus in which we bring this dimension to people at large. So, we had a great opportunity and great support from our entire team. Our Anish Ji and whole team came forward, and in this hybrid campus, we started planning for this dimension. What we have to do? Core of engineering, core of management, core of IT, core of AI, core of applied sciences. All these things were planned, and we had a great support from our pedagogists also, who came forward to bring this applied sciences in the health things. And it's only through their dimensions they started coming up. There's something unique in this beautiful campus which you saw, that normally in medical education, people have medical college, along with that they have hospital also. The students who learn, they work in the hospital, get practical training. Similarly, people who are in the hospital, the professors, doctors, specialists, super specialists, will all come and teach the student in the medical college. This has never happened in the field of IT or in the field of engineering and other places. And here is a great opportunity that has come. And we have an IT hub in which nearly 20 top companies, IT companies are all working there, with 1.4 lakh people working there. And our students who are going to learn here, we have continuous interaction with them to have on-hand training. And the experts from there will come and teach them and inspire these people. This is something very unique that's happening for the first time in the country, probably in the world, in this field of engineering and others. The second dimension, you know, that engineers, software engineers, IT professionals, AI experts, all work on the erotic grandeur, the scientific revolution that's taking place in the world. They work 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. And what is the result? They're getting burnt up. They're getting stressed up. All our ailments are growing so fast. And this exponential growth of NCD, non-communicable diseases, have started wondrously exploding itself around the world. And what is the solution? This problem we took up almost 20 years back, and our research team went into different companies and see what are all the problems, identified those problems. Can we prevent such problems? Can we deal with such problems? All started coming up. And we evolved the methods of integrated yoga modules for developing these dimensions. And that's what we are going to incorporate here in the syllabus that we are going to have, whether in the School of Engineering, the School of Management, the School of IT, or School of AI. We are going to have the conventional syllabus. Along with that, we have these integrated yoga modules incorporated into it, so that they will learn how to work 10 to 14 hours happily, with stress-free conditions, with no burning up. And that is going to be another uniqueness of this thing. That is bringing the best of the East to the best of the West, as S-VYASA has told. So with these unique features, we are going forward to start this new campus and School of Advanced Studies, I should say schools of advanced studies, because many schools we are going to have, not one school, School of Engineering, School of Management Studies, School of Applied Sciences, School of Information Technology, all these things, UG, PG programs and PhD programs, and we are going to develop this as a wonderful thing. And we are really so grateful that the owner of this IT hub has been able to give us this place, ready-made place, with a suitable modification to be made for us to occupy. We congratulate him and place the card. Our grateful thanks to him also for giving us this opportunity to be in that wonderful way. Another dimension is the sports. Our Chancellor, Dr. Manjunath, has been thinking that we should bring sports rehabilitation. Our Honorable Prime Minister has been promoting the sports in such a big way. Several years we have been thinking, quite only one person's entire to herald, that we want all our people to get the gold things everywhere in our Olympics. Being such a big country, it was a shame that we hardly to have few people.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank the Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, obviously Padma Shri Anju Bobby George. First time I'm meeting her, so I'm so impressed with her, the way she talks, and even today the fire is still there. Sandesh, so nice to meet you, sir. And of course, all my friends, academicians who've joined our group, you are in for a lot of work. My media colleagues, so nice to meet you, tell you about the School of Advanced Studies. And it's actually an honor to talk about School of Advanced Studies because when we first met Honorable Chancellor Guruji and obviously the entire team with Vice Chancellor, there was a brief given to me that we are looking at students, any field. It can be IT, it can be management, it can be any field, but we should look at holistic development of the student and being a professional for lifelong learning and a professional for life, who can manage the challenges of future, the future of work. And our construct started from there. The way we had to scientifically design programs based on that brief was not easy. I went back to the drawing board and I looked at what is this element of holistic education? What is holistic development of a human being? I mean, you develop a person, a physical person, play sports, you develop the mind, you give values, your family gives you, basic values, your college, your higher education gives you the rest of the values. Isn't that enough called holistic education? Actually, I was in for a surprise because the entire science and the research behind holistic education has been huge. I would like to talk about just one of the aspects of the research that I did over the last many months. I saw a paper, I saw a kind of analysis done by Dr. Robin Ann Martin and Scott Forbes. It was in 2004. They talked and they analyzed what is the meaning of holistic development in providing holistic education. And they came up with two very important things. I thought it was very pertinent to mention that. They talked about what is called the goal of holistic education are just two things. It's not rocket science, just two things. It's called the idea of ultimacy and developing sagacious competencies. Let me very briefly explain what this is. Idea of ultimacy is education should give every learner the ability to become the best in the way or in the area that he studies. If you're going to pay,
sir,
you don't want me to walk.
Yeah, sir.
I'm an educator, I'm a teacher. Not walking is very difficult. But alright, I will stand, no problem. My army background will come back into this. Alright. Oh, it's so difficult. My thinking gets affected. And I don't prepare for a speech. Anyway, the idea of ultimacy is, see, the movements will happen, is to bring the best of what you can do, the highest levels of what you can do, right, of a person. For example, if you play football, can you play football better than Lionel Messi? When you are a runner, can you jump farther than Anju Bobby George? That is the idea of ultimacy, right? Sagacious principle is, it's not just jumping. It's not just making the best AI bot or writing the best code. It is also, are you doing it with your affective domain? Are you doing it with your heart? Are you doing it with a lot of things that are required for you to live in this world nicely as a good human being? These two things, and of course the world of these two things are huge, but if you can do that, that is the basis of what is called holistic development or holistic education. Our work started from there, and then we said the education construct has to, I still keep moving. The education construct has to actually abide with these kind of principles. We started our construct of all the programs that we wanted to do under School of Advanced Studies, like engineering, like applied technology, management, allied sciences, psychology, all of that we started from that perspective and said every education program that we run will have the basic division of a few things that are very, very core to what is holistic education. Let me explain that in brief. One is the pedagogy itself. I mean, everybody talks about pedagogy, the teaching learning. Every university talks about it. Every college talks about it. We talk about it in a very, very different manner. When we talk about pedagogy, we bring in what is called the experiential learning into the construct of education. Right? We don't just talk about pedagogy or andragogy. We talk about concepts like heutagogy, pedagogy into the construct of our education, into the classroom where we teach our students, where the learners learn. So a learner looks at learning and doing by itself. We do what is called the know, do, be concept. A person knows, he does, and he becomes. And that is the start of the base of what is called holistic education. And then we said, that's not enough. That's actually not enough. We need to do practical experiences into the classroom. That means we needed to bring what they are going to do after 5 years into our classroom. How do we do that? We do have heard internships and placements and all of that. We take it to a level further. We bring in all of these stimulated environment called project-centric learning and project-based learning into the construct of our education. That means a student in his second year, to make it very, very simple, a student in his second year will be doing a code that is going to make the change in the search engine called Google. I'm just giving an example. I don't know if that will happen. I hope that will happen, right? I will wait for all the educators to do that. Don't let me down, right? But that is what we anticipate that we are going to do. When a student comes in and goes through all of it, you know, when we talked about artificial intelligence, Guruji talked about artificial intelligence. My first PhD has been on artificial intelligence and robotics, and believe me, it's not easy. It took me 8 years, don't tell anyone, it took me 8 years to actually finish my first PhD. And that is what we are telling our students to do in 3 years. And create products in artificial intelligence, right? This is actually very cruel. So what we do is, we bring in well-being. We bring in what is called inter and multidisciplinary into our programs by bringing in wellness, yoga, yogic sciences, naturopathy as multidisciplinary programs into it. How to manage your time, stress, management, decision making, analytical thought process. What Robin R. Martin and Scott Forbes says, sagacious competencies. This is what we integrate into our program so that when a girl is busy studying, he's not thinking of drugs, he's not thinking of what is the fancy world outside, he's getting ready for a world of tomorrow where he's going with a lot of sagacious competencies within him to live a great life. Not just that. Added to that, we said, you know what, it's not enough for that people like me, academicians like me is teaching them inside the classroom. We wanted experts in all of these areas to be tied up with this concept of what we call holistic education. And I'm so thankful to see Padma Shri Anju Bobby George, Shri Sandesh Kadabam. It is professionals like them who can guide and mentor students to become like them, right? And when we talked about sports management, we started a program called BBA Sports Management. I'm sure, I guarantee you, I hope, that we'll be doing much, much more than just one program in sports management with her thought process
with somebody like Kadamams talking about our allied health and psychology, I think there's so much more that we can do in these areas. We have 50 plus professionals, academicians, global as well as Indian, who have come forward and said they will run master classes for us, they will run workshops for us, they will do partial delivery for us. All of this by experts. And we have great leaders who are coming and helping us run these programs for our learners.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you ask me to judge, I can do that multiple times, but if you ask me to speak something, it's a very difficult task for me, but I can bring it like absolute level. So I am proud to be an Indian, bring India's first in many things, like first world global level medal to India, first Commonwealth medal from a women athlete, first medal from Asian country, so the Asian level in long jump. And so after my career, I started at Pedagogy Sports Foundation, where we are nurturing young girls from throughout the country, and in very few years, they started bringing laurels for our country again. So one of our girls, she is world number 2 now, and they are gearing up for the Olympics this year. So my sports is always pushing me to find something for bringing something good for our in my field. So my search for that ending up here now with S-VYASA University. We are collaborating with them for sports studies. So whatever we do, we are trying to like bring world leaders out of that. So I guess our collaboration with S-VYASA University and these studies, so we are trying to bring the best of the best, or best of the world leaders from sports and whatever they are studying. I think we can bring them in field, and it's not only class studies what usually they do. So the experience what we are planning to give them is, I guess, they can conquer the world. So thank you very much. And Ajit, if you want to add something more. Ajit is my brother.
Hi, I'm Ajit Marcos. I'm one of the trustee of Pedagogy Sports Foundation. And we got this proposal through Anish from S-VYASA to collaborate with S-VYASA University. We are actually confused because we knew S-VYASA is pioneer in bringing Asian wisdom to modern technology, modern life. And we didn't know where we are fitting into that entire philosophy. Then we remembered once Swami Vivekananda rightly said, you can be nearer to heaven through football than through Gita or Bible or Quran. And then we will answer for that question where in the entire philosophy we are fitting in. And we are very fortunate. We must thank Anish also for this opportunity. And we are joining hands with S-VYASA University as industrial partner for sports studies. We are trying to create good workforce in sports management. And India has been lacking, as Gurji rightly said, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi is promoting sports, and the last 10 years you can see a big change in international sports. And we are also trying to be part of that goal by creating a good quality sports management professionals. And by that we think that we can help India getting more global success. Thank you so much.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends from the media, a very warm good afternoon. I think I would just word out my emotions in one way. I am humble, and we certainly consider it a privilege that we will cherish for a long time to come in this whole partnership of partnering with the S-VYASA University as an industry partner in the allied health space. And this will take a lot of steps forward in enabling greater contribution, workforce, students, and the area of behavioral health, physical health, allied health which has been our core focus for the last 3 decades, Guruji. With this humble submission, I would like to lay out where we stand, how we are here to contribute as an industrial partner in the space of education. We've been in this field for 32 years. We house a large fraction of the community or the people needing help. So we touch upon, at any given day, we touch upon 1,500 to 2,000 individuals who are normally known as patients, and every single day basis in various healthcare services of ours. I stand before you representing about 31 to 32 healthcare facilities. Our journey of mental health, again, was more of a need and a necessity. We happen to be a family member ailing with issues around mental health, and this has been founded in memory of my aunt, that's my father's sister, who was suffering with intellectual disability and developmental issues. So this institution was founded by my parents, and then I have been actively involved in the executive management in the last 10 to 12 years. There were certain set goals that we all set out when we step into this. The first one was we wanted to roll out specialty mental health programs. Specialty mental health programs in itself was very new in the early years. With a mental health facility commonly known as a mental hospital or an asylum, you had to change that whole spectrum to there is an evidence-based treatment programs in mental health. And now this evidence-based treatment programs in mental health or behavioral health can only happen if you're a multidisciplinary team. And now you want it to be a multidisciplinary team, you need access to professionals. Now came the startling fact and the number. In India today, the treatment gap for mental health and behavioral health is 85%. But the most astonishing number here is we have only 0.3 psychiatrists for 1 lakh population compared to the West, which is 6 psychiatrists for 1 lakh professionals. As the numbers go down, we have 0.7 psychologists for a 1 lakh population and 0.72 social workers for a 1 lakh population. Now, how do you build this? So we were fortunate as Kadabans, the legacy, we were able to attract professionals from all walks of life. This also brought us to partnering with governments, the government of Karnataka. We've also partnered in enabling mental health care services in a country like Maldives. We're there in Telangana and in Hyderabad. So these steps had to go forward. These were mastering all of these programs. Then came a point. Now it's the time to explore what we could do with education. And then we realized how with allied health and healthcare professionals in developmental sciences looked at was very different. Now, then I was fortunate to meet Dr. Manjunath sir and Anish and the rest of the team at S-VYASA, and they said there is something that we are working towards of advanced studies as a campus. And I said, can we look at something in allied health and make a difference, and the whole aspect of behavioral health. With at any point in time over 650 individuals in under treatment in our inpatient services and touching upon 2,000 individuals on a daily basis, we felt that this collaboration would take us a long way. And as industry partners, we assure you, and we assure this the community out here to say that we will deliver, we will ensure that the right exposure or if not the best, but we would attempt to make it the best that would be available in this country of access to what is professionals, patients, service seekers in the right manner that is required. Now that this tag of housing the largest number of mental health professionals outside of any government organization, I'm sure will come to work with education also being alongside, and with a great sense of excitement and hope of a lot of them at Kadabans groups and professionals who are gearing up to ensuring and welcoming the students as we go along. I consider this an honor and a pride with being an industry partner for S-VYASA University in the space of allied health. Thank you very much.
ಈ ಆಗಸ್ಟಿಂದ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ನಾವಿಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ವು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ. ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಆಗಸ್ಟಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ನೀವು ಟೈ ಅಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ?
So we have about 200 organizations, approximately 200 organizations who hire management and IT professionals. We have another 3 years where we have enough time to partner with organizations. Typically what happens in a university institution of higher education is you don't have today a partnership with hiring companies who we sign off for hiring. Because for an expert, there are 5 companies ready to hire that expert if that expert is good. So we don't kind of commit to any organization that you will get a student. So organizations will come if they are interested, and if the students are interested in joining these organizations, they will get hired. Typically in a higher education model where it is like what we are doing, every student gets about 2 to 3 offer letters. This typically that happens. And we are hoping that we'll do a good job to get students those many offers.
Okay sir, thank you.
ಥರದ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದೊಂದು ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ದಟ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ಗ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದೆಮ್. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿ ಡಿಸಿಪ್ಲಿನರಿ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ multiple different institutions will be involved in this. ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಯೋಗ ಫೀಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲೀಡರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ದೆರ್ ವೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಎನಿ ಡರ್ತ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟೀಚ್. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರೂಜಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಟೈಮು ಅವೈಲಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರೂ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. But there will be a big group of people who will be involved in training from other disciplines other than the conventional disciplines which are being taught here.
Okay sir, thank you. And compared to other universities, sports ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಅಂಜು ಬಾಬಿ ಜಾರ್ಜ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಕೊಲಾಬ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ನಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ?
We'll be starting BBA in sports management, and maybe in coming years we'll be starting PG programs as well. As part of this, the industrial experience, we will be hosting the students in our campus, and also we'll be leading them with ISL teams, IPL teams, and we'll be giving them experience in their event management as well. And also we'll be having tie-ups with Essex, Adidas, and Nike. Who already have contracts with us, and students will be getting experience from all these industry partners as well.
PM ಮೋದಿ ಸರ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದುಂಟಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಅವ್ರು ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೆವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ?
The stage has come that I have to take teaching from him.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ಸಿ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು 100% ನಿಜ. ಇವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಟು ಇವನ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಫೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫೋಕಸಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಫೋರ್ಡಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನೀಡಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲೋ. ದೋಸ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ನೀಡಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್, ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕೆಪ್ಟ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಅರೇಂಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಸಂಬಡಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋಟಾ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಫೀನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡಿಂದ ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಹೈಲಿ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಯೆಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಥರ ಮೆರಿಟ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಆರ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಎಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್, ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಹು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್, ಆ ಥರದ್ದವರಿಗೆ ಕೇಟರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬೇಸ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಚ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ essential support whatever is needed for them, and no one should say one day just because of financial reason I could not study in S-VYASA. ಆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋ ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋಷ್ಟು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್.
ತನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಲವು ವಿದ್ಯಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜು. ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದೆ?
ಮೇ ಬಿ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸೇ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಟನ್ಲಿ ಪೊಸಿಷನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಗೋ ವಿತ್ ಎ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಬರೋದು ಐದರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋರು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 45%, 50%, 55, 60%. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತರು, ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋರು ಐದರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗು, ಮೆಡಿಸನ್ನು ಇದನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಆಯುಷ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾರೆ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೋಗ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಮೊದಲಿನಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ತೆಗೆದಿರೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರು. ಕೆಲವರು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸಲ ಬೇರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗದಿರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಇದನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಬಂದಂಥವ್ರು. So we are very much used to bringing people from grassroots levels with low intellectual or probably academic scores. ಈ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ಲೂ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾಗೆ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್, ಅಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೆರಿಟೋರಿಯಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ಲಿ get a positioning, but at the same time those with low scores and low marks academically will certainly get a kind of a positioning in our institution, because we are used to and we want to bring everyone up with this approach.
So with your permission, let me add on to that. Our approach to education is not about how much score you had in your last 12 years of school education. We believe that our education system will take what is called the cognitive competencies to metacognitive competencies, beyond what is perceivable as cognitive, right? So we believe that our academic structures will help students who are weak in certain areas, motivate them to understand where their strength areas are, focus on those strength areas, build cognitive and metacognitive competencies on those strong areas. That is why our structures have been flexible enough.
ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಅವರ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ನಾವು ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾವೇನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಡಿನರಿ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಡಿನರಿ ನೇಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್. ಥ್ರೂ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಡಿನರಿ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರೋ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹೊರಗೆ ತರೋವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಫೋಕಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದವನಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಯೋಗದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ NEP ನಾವು ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅವಕಾಶ ಇದ್ದು ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಗೆ ಪೂರ್ವವಾಗ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿವೆ.